is happening, people? So today we are back at Kerr Lake. It is September the 26th, and it looks like the water temps, like a water temperature down here, 70 degrees. I definitely think these crappie are beginning to make some transitioning, coming out of that deeper water, coming back to some shallower water. And so I got the skinny on some brush piles down the lake about 3 or 4 miles. As you can see in the background, it looks like it's getting ready to pour down rain any minute. And there's a couple of bridge pilings that I always like to check when I come down here. They've been very good to me over the years, producing some really nice crappie. So I'm gonna hang up the lake around these bridge pilings for a couple of hours till I see what this rain is gonna do. Now, one thing to remember when you come to a lake, there is 4 or 5 different patterns that you can put on crappie at any given time. You could spider rig, you could troll, you could fish vertical structure, you could fish brush, you could fish bridge pilings. So there's a number of things that you can do when you come to the lake. And so never limit yourself to just one way of fishing. Now, I didn't bring my trolling rods today, so I'm basically gonna target some brush and some vertical structure like the bridge pilings or some boat docks or something like that. But always be willing to be versatile. Oh yeah, and Jason, I'm at Kerr Lake today. Hey guys, let's go catch a fish. Oh, darn bad. Well, thought we had us a good crappie, y'all. Yeah, thought we had us a good crappie. Now look, guys, I'm gonna be doing some vertical fishing, and so anytime I'm vertical or fishing vertical structure, and I want to stay off of this bridge pilings. This bridge pile is loaded with crappie. Anytime I'm fishing vertical structure, I like to put a loop through the eye instead of tying it directly, because it allows the lure to move around a little freely. And so this is a loop. There's a couple of ways you can tie these loops, but this is what I can remember the best. And so basically you make a loop, you bring the line through here like so. Then you run your tag in through the eye, through the tag eye. See that loop? See that loop there? Then you go back through that loop. Then you'll hold it with your fingers here and kind of pull it down tight, so it makes 2 loops. Then you're gonna go up and over, back in that loop. And the beautiful thing about this is you can get that loop, and I'm gonna lay it down right here. You can get that loop just as small as you want it. Now once you get it just about like you want it, you'll pull both ends at the same time. And then at one end, and boom, there it is. So like I said, it's a couple of ways you can tie that loop. That is just the one that comes to mind, the quickest for me. I use this on the coast a lot too, so there it is. This rod is 10 foot, so that is my depth finder. So I'm gonna start right out at 10 feet. We in 25 feet of water, and I got bit immediately. I'm about to tear my jig all up. All right, we're gonna start again at 10. We'll just lower that jig right down into the strike zone and see if we get bit. Oh boy, they are knocking the crap out of it. They just ain't eating it. So I've got a couple of hits. I'm gonna change colors. That is the Bobby Garland's baby bass. You see that green in there? If you ever come to Kerr Lake, these crappie down here really seem like they like something with green in it for some odd reason. Evidently it looks a lot like whatever they're eating. So just keep that in mind. I like to fish something with green in it here at Kerr Lake. All right, so again, they are whacking at that lure, but they are not eating it. So I'm gonna switch up. This is an 1/8. That's an 1/8 ounce jig head. That's a Kalen's Tennessee shad color. And I know for a fact that there are a pile of crappie on that piling. So I'm gonna change, and what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna cast up there, and I'm gonna allow that lure to free fall through that strike zone or through that school of crappie that's there. Now, I vertical jigged in them, and I got bit like 4 or 5 times, but they're not eating. They're hitting at the jig. It tells me they're probably small crappie. So I'm gonna just allow that lure to fall through that strike zone to see if they will eat the lure better that way. So that brush pile, the top of it is about 15 feet. And if I take my rod, that's 10 feet. And I drop it into the water. Put that rod tip right on top of that water. Raise it up again, approximately 4 or 5 feet. That puts me right at the top of that brush pile. There's a good one. Little. That's a white crappie. Little. Finally, a good crappie. Worked hard for him, Bubba. Yeah, finally a good crappie. Good crappie. So, you see I marked that brush pile is over here. So the mouth of this cove slopes like this. Just like this. And it gets over here and it drops off. And they've got that brush is sunk right on that drop off out there, and there's a lot of fish around it, but only little ones. But right out here I've marked some bigger fish, and I just caught that really nice crappie out here in the middle of this cove, and I'm gonna show them to you. Let's see if I can get right on them. I got right in there, that's them crappie right there. You can see they're right out here in the middle of this cove in about 16, 17 feet of water. And I've been dropping my lure right in amongst them. Those are bigger crappie there. So maybe we can get a few more to bite, y'all. Well, I got him. Get him down another nice crappie. Boy, those big ones are hitting. They're hitting awful. Awful easy. And that's a white crappie. Boom, nice crappie. It's a white crappie. So we put him in the pot. Boom. All right, so I don't know if you can see this, but on my phone, someone gave me a location of a brush pile they shared with me, and I certainly appreciate that. That's it on my phone. So I'm gonna go up here to my Garmin unit, and I'm gonna blow this up, and I'm gonna look at this topo map of the lake here. Boom, here it is here. I'm sitting right here, and as I look at that map, I'm gonna say that right there is where I'm gonna put that X right there. Navigate to, and then go to, and it's not that far down the lake. And I think it's right off of this point right here is where that brush pile is. So we're gonna go down there and check that one. See if we can find any fish on it. But that's a great way if these topo maps on your phone, and you can pull the topo map on your Garmin, pull that topo map up on your Garmin unit. You can see in relationship to where you are on the lake relation, and boom, I found 2 of those today just like that someone shared with me, and I can basically go pretty close, and I've been using the side scan to find the brush, and the live scope, really, you can really find that brush with the live scope. So hey, just keep that in mind when you're looking around the lake. A little small crappie. A little small crappie. So just a dink. So I came down the lake. As you can see, I'm on this real deep bank line, and there's some old washed up trees in the water, and there's a bunch of crappie marked out here on this one, and looks like about 34 feet of water. They're down about 20 feet, but I'm mighty afraid they're all small. We'll poke around here and look. I marked them with this live scope. So we're getting ready to end this video. Today was a tough day. We caught a lot of small fish today. We couldn't really get a pattern on those bigger crappie. We caught a few nice crappie. And we fished around brush, we fished around some ridge pilings. We found some fish right in the middle of this cove where it come out right on the edge of the drop-off. Was where we caught some of the nicer crappie. We had bites all day from this morning all the way into this afternoon. Fish would hit at the lure but would not eat the lure. Sometimes it's just like that. I would really prefer the water to be a lot muddier than it is. This water is really, really clear. And so I think that might have had a little something to do with the bite. But anyway, hey, it was a great day being out on the water. Had fun, and found a couple of brush piles, and found a couple of log jams and some 20-25 feet of water. And had a little extra time today to ride around and check some other places. Hey guys, I hope you've seen something in the video that you liked and something that you learned. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. Hey guys, you remember, it's a wild life, and I'll see you on the water.